Alright, hello and welcome back to Phantom Gaming ZA. I hope you're all doing well. I hope everybody's having a good day, evening, afternoon, whichever you're in whatever part of the world you're in. Hello, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be starting off on another series. So there's a lot happening in Space Engineers right now, but I'm trying to incorporate everything for you guys into one. So I'm trying to do one each week, a different part of each series each week. So today, I felt like we should start looking into this wonderful thing called Never Surrender. Start your journey on a planet or in deep space. Build at your own pace, and when you've gathered your forces, challenge yourself by defending a small outpost from waves of relentless drones. Play alone or together. How you do it is up to you. I like this. I think it's going to be fun. We're going to run with no mods. Everything is obviously as it is. You can't change anything, which is pretty cool. I like that idea. What I think would have been cool is if they enabled in-game scripts, but I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, without further ado, this is Phantom Gaming ZA. If you're enjoying the content, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get more notifications when we go live or when we send videos out, and leave me some interesting comments in the background. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into Never Surrender. Right, so with this Never Surrender video, you start off with 5 different pods or 5 different landing medical rooms. So you get a Mars drop pod, which means you can land off on Mars and start off on Mars. You get your normal Earth-like drop pod. This will be a Earth-like drop pod like so. You get the moon drop pod, you get the space pod, and you get a spacesuit. Now, today, I'm usually always doing the moon drop pod, the Earth-like drop pod, or the Mars drop pod. Today, we're going to focus on the space pod. We're going to take a journey into the space pod. So without further ado, let's get in there. Right. So if we take a look here, we have a nice space pod. It's quite jacked up already. We've got 2 backwards thrusters, 3 forwards thrusters, 2 upwards, 2 downwards, 1 downwards thruster, sorry. If we take a look here, we've got our survival kit. Awesome. We'll go through our wonderful doors. We have a cargo container which has got very little stuff in it, but I'll take the oxygen and the hydrogen bottle out. In our flight seat, I forgot about that. Let's quickly take a walk back in here. In our flight seat, we'll have our pistol, our ammo, and we've got a GPS location unit here, of which you can right click on it. This is PC, I'm not sure what it is on console. And this would be a GPS UVN station. Not sure what they've got there, but you could create GPS marker. You go to your GPS, double click, and the UVN station will pop up. And it's not actually that far. It's actually really awesome. That gives us some forward go with regards to having a station so nearby. But anyways, we're not focused on that right now. Let's take a look at our beautiful pod. Right, so like I said, we start with a small cargo container, a flight seat, O2H2 generator with some ice in it, oxygen tank, survival kit. Okay, let's take a look here. So this is how it is set up right now currently. This would be our O2H2 gen, and that's about it. The layout of the ship is pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but what we need to do first is we obviously need to start getting our survival kit to make some to refine some stone for us to get some ingots. I think we need to focus on getting an assembler on the ship. I don't know where I'm going to put it though. Got a feeling it might go under here, but let's take a look and see how it goes. I think to start off with, let's take a flight. Luckily, we've got this asteroid right in front of us. I think let's take a flight to this asteroid right in front of us over here and see what we can find on this asteroid. Hopefully, we come across... Well, I mean, at this point, it's only going to be rock that we can refine. But maybe we find some other nice thingies on here that we can mark and be able to use in the future. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get as close as possible to this. And that should be close enough, because I don't want to be running back and forth the whole time. So let's take a look and see. Oh, look at that. We start off immediately with cobalt. Beautiful. Now, cobalt is going to come in handy for storage. So I don't think it's a good idea to get cobalt now, though, because we need to start looking at other things first, like getting getting an assembler, at least a basic assembler and a basic refinery built up, which I think we'll focus on today. So let's get this in here. Okay, so we're going to drop all the stone first before we start telling the survival kit to start crafting, so that we've got a good hefty amount to start off with. Let's just get some stone going here.
Inventory full.
Inventory full. Okay, doesn't really matter which side we grab the stone from, as long as we're getting stone.
Inventory full.
Okay, let's go drop it off again. Let's just see how much we've got now. 7.3k. No, we can still do a hell of a lot more. I want to try and fill that cargo container up with stone, and then just produce a rubbish load of ingots, because we're going to need it desperately. I've also found, like, flying around in the space pod is pretty cool, but the one thing that I think is going to be a challenge for us later on is as soon as we start adding additional mechanics onto the space pod, like the refinery, like the assembler, and we start getting heavier and heavier and heavier, it's going to become a challenge, I think. But I've got all of you here to take the challenge up with me, so it's going to be fun. And comments are always worthwhile. So, I mean, we're going to try and focus on getting the ship to a point where we can start at least crafting, building what we need, and then probably around the, well, depending on how well we go, third or fourth episode, we might look at neatening up the ship a bit more. So I'm not going to worry too much about aesthetics now. I'm more worried about getting things built and getting productivity sorted. Productivity at this point is my big thing.
Inventory full.
You see, I wish I could have changed the inventory size on the human being, but the human being does not want a big inventory. Okay, we can still go a bit more. We can actually toss quite a lot into the survival kit. I didn't realize that. Looks pretty cool. Forgot how big the survival... Well, actually, sorry. It's not the survival kit. It's the cargo container. Look at me being a numpty. You guys are all allowed to comment. Comment on how numpty I was. Okay, let's get some more stone. But I think we're doing a good job so far. Good start. A good start to have found cobalt so quickly. Like, cobalt is usually one of the most difficult things to find. I say difficult. When I say difficult, I mean it's a challenge because it's not... It's usually always with iron. Like, iron, cobalt, and nickel are generally sometimes always together. But what I found as well recently is iron is generally always found with something like silicon, things like that. So it does make a bit of a slight difference. But yeah, it's really worth it at the end of the day. I think we can start crafting some ingots after this.
Inventory full.
Start crafting some ingots after this. Let's take a look here. So let's go to our production queue. So general, so what we're going to do is we're just going to queue up like 20,000 of these ingots, so that it can start pulling out the stone and start crafting what we need. Let's just gather a little bit more stone. I think the first thing, like I said, that we need to look at getting is the basic assembler.
Inventory full.
We need to get the basic assembler set up. Where am I going? No, this way. Oh, Ah, there it is. Found it. I lost my ship for a second, guys. So let's take a look here quickly and see. Let's take a look quickly and see what we can do here. Okay, so first things first, like I said, we need to get a basic assembler on here. But now, what is underneath there? It's the car. I think if we take this out, this is directly going to awesome. So what we can do is that a whole, yeah, that's okay, cool. The one thing about the basic assembler is it's only got one cargo port on it. So it's not the end of the world, but it's okay. We can at least survive with it. So we're going to take a look and we're going to see if we can build this in here like that. And then we'll take it from there. But at least now we've got it in there. So let's take a look. What do we need? So let's just right click that or pull it into our build planner for us. So we need steel plates, construction comps, motors. Okay, so what we can do is we can shift middle mouse. It'll put everything into production for us. So we obviously need to get all these ingots up and running first before we can even look at getting any of these parts built. Although in saying that, let's put the ingots at the back and we can see now what we can look at. So we should start crafting some of these materials and we can take it step by step as we go along. Looks like the steel plates are going to take up quite a bit. It's going to take a while, but at least the steel plates are going to get crafted. So that's going to give us a good start to getting more components being able to get built. And where the next asteroids are quite close by as well. Where's that station? It's over there. Okay, so if we do start getting some money, some space credits, we could look at spending it there, but it depends on if that's a ship station, component station, or what. We'll see what it is shortly. Well, maybe not shortly, we'll have to get there first. So small steps for man, they say. Let's quickly pull out what we've got there so long. We're almost done with all the steel plates. We're almost done with all the steel plates. We need to look at getting the rest done. That's not too bad. We're quite close up already. Let's see how far we're getting with this now. Take a look at the production. Yeah, the steel plates have obviously stopped being produced. I'm not sure if that's just because there's obviously not enough ingots left. So let's put the ingots back to the front. Oh yeah, I ran out of iron. Gee, that's the crappy thing, is it takes forever now to get iron and things built up. Okay, so let's just get some iron built up there. While we're doing that, what I'm thinking will also, which would make things a lot easier, is if we get a drill set up over here. But now my main concern is, do we put it up here? I don't really want to put it right up against this. Well, get rid of this window here and put it into the survival kit directly. Because if I do look at adding another drill or two, it's going to be in my line of sight. So I'd either put them below, but below there's no, we'd have to put them on top, because then we can change this. We can change this into a conveyor junction. Obviously progression is set up, so we can't do anything with conveyors now. We'll have to first, here's our conveyors, we'll have to first build up a cargo
Energy
container.
low.
And before we do anything else, let's just refresh our energy here, because apparently our energy is low. I forgot how slow a survival kit actually is. we're almost there, and we're there. Okay, cool. So that's fine. Let's see what else we can pull out. Hopefully we can move that to the back. Hopefully we can finish the rest of this stuff now. Take a look at us. No, we've got some good stuff in there. Get this stuff out here. Silly freaking cover walls. They're always in the way. Yeah, it's got to finish with the steel plates first. Oh, 67 computers. I forgot that there is actually quite a few components that go into this damn thing. Do not park in front of the engine. That might not be a good idea. Yeah, it takes 80 computers. That's insane. While we're at it, let's take a look and see. We need to add a refinery in here as well. We're talking a basic refinery, so it's going to be this bad boy here. And I want it to be refinery. No, that's too big. Good defaults. Let's make it there. Okay, we'll do that. The problem is, where are we going to put... We can't really put the refinery down here anyway. I don't want to put the refinery up here, because that means I would have to move the... Well, I could do that. That means I'll have to move the thruster. But if I put it up here, it'll cause a bit of a bump. Okay. Look, there's different ways we can do this. Every person does it their own way. So I'm going to do it a little bit differently today. Oh, there we go. We only need 8 more motors and 19 more computers. Look at that. And they should almost be done. And when they're done... Okay, let's put that back in there. How much stone have we got in there? 7 small cargo container. Let's bring all the stone into the survival kit. I know it was pulling it across already on its own, but let's just get that done. So we've got enough available for the motors. Okay, let's pull you to the back again. Should complete the motors now. And the computers. Okay, we have an unknown signal. Jeez, 4 kilometers away. You know what? We're going to take a trip there, so we'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, guys, and to be honest with you, I didn't realize how close this was getting to the space base, so there was a bit of a problem. Nice, 41 steel plates, space credits, I like it. What we're looking for. So let's see what we get out of here. Maybe we get lucky. No, we don't. Okay, cool. We're just going to grind this down, because we get quite a few components from the steel plates. We'll get some interior plates, some motors. So it's always a good thing, like when you start off. I would always suggest getting... grinding down as many of these as you can, because it's always good to get the steel plates. I mean, it's only one, some of them have 2, but it's nice to get the steel plates early on, because it does help you towards building up your ship however you need to. And also in the parachute hatch we get a free canvas. Oops, wrong button. Okay, cool. Let's head back to the respawn pod. I'll see you guys there now. Alright, we're back at the respawn pod. And it sounds like everything is done. Perfect. So, we have an assembler. And we also have unlocked new blocks. Let's take a look at what new blocks we've unlocked. So, assembler. Okay, so we've got basic stuff that we can use. I mean, there's nothing really great. The next thing we're going to need, okay, it's unlock the assembler and the industrial assembler. We need to obviously do batteries to get tenors and pistons, which are going to come in handy later. What do we need for conveyor system? Okay, the refinery we need obviously to get an ore detector and a drill, so that's fine. Where are our conveyor systems? Yeah, we need to build cargo. Okay, so has this thing already used up all the stone? Oh, it has. Okay, we're going to need to gather some more stone quickly, guys. So why I said it's a bit sad at the beginning, because you just literally are hand binding all your stone to start off with, because there's just nothing else for you to do at the beginning. But at the end of the day, it is worth it. So that's going to start crafting some more ingots for me. Let's get some more stone.
Inventory full.
Okay, we need quite a bit of ingots, obviously. We need to look at getting a refinery set up so that we can get a little bit more yield out of it, rather than just using the survival kit. I think it'll be a lot more handy. I just don't know how we're going to pipe it up, but we'll take a look and we'll fight that battle when we get there.
Inventory full.
Okay, so let's add this back in here. Yay!
Inventory full.
Nice thing is, once we've gotten the refinery, we can actually get some of this cobalt, and we can refine some of this cobalt as well. Right? That was a bit quick. Right, let's keep going. Really? What a great time to have low energy systems. Okay, let's quickly just refill our energy. I really wish I had a medical unit on this pod, like a medical bay. It would be cool if they start off with medical bays on the pod. Although, I mean, like, where are they going to put it? That's the problem. Survival kits. Okay, we got quite a bit of stuff there now. We've got quite a bit of stuff here. Let's just put the space credits in there as well. Okay, so let's take a look. What do we need for the refinery? Steel plates, computers, motors, construction components. Okay. Now, my question is, where do we put it? We can't put it up here because, unfortunately, there's nowhere to connect it in. So it's not going to be conveyed in. We could, alternatively, I mean, we could conveyor it in up here, but it's going to look a bit ugly up there, I think. See, if I wanted to put it there, then we could always take this portion out here. So we could cut out from the top down, but I think there's a battery there or something. Let's take a quick look and see what's here. Now you see there's a battery there. So I can't do it there because that's where our battery is. Because as I say, we could put it in there and we could get it to run like that. We could always put the refinery in the front here. Then it's going to make the ship look a bit yucky. I don't really want to mess too much with that. Maybe what we do is we put the refinery up here. That's interesting. We put the refinery up here, we put a conveyor junction, and then we drill in front of it. That's interesting. That could work. I think that's a good idea. So let's take out this light on the slope here. And this one here. Yes, I know the air vent is going to be open, blah de blah de blah. Is that going to seal it though? Oh man, that's the next problem. Could always do it like this. We could always do it like this. I think I'm going to do it like this, and then we're going to, let me just put the slope back on the front here. So let's grab the light armor slope. Let's put it here. What is this? Light armor slope tip. Oh, what is this? Light armor corner. 2 by 1 by 1 base. Okay. So light armor slope. Okay, let's just do this. Let's go armor. Light arm. Oh. 2 by 2 by 1 by 1 corner. Light armor corner 2 by. Oh, is it this one? Light armor corner 2 by 1 by 1 by. Oh, there we go. I was being a complete idiot. Okay, but we want this to match the ship, so we'll do that. We'll put you there. Just to get some airtight again. Okay, we'll put some of the steel plates in there. Right. We right click and we say build our components. Are we going to have enough iron ingots for this? We should. Let's just take a look here quickly. We should have enough, but just in case, let's just go and pull out some more rocks just in case. But hopefully we can get this refinery up and running, and it'll be the beginning of quite an amazing journey, because then at least we can, like I said, we can refine and get a little bit more yield, which is what we want. We're needing some more yield, and also we can, the thing is, we have to, oh, you know what we could do? Oh, I've got a trick. I'll show you guys. Maybe you don't, maybe you don't. I'll show you the trick once we're done here to get the conveyor junction system.
Inventory full.
I'll show you guys a sneaky little trick. Now let's go to the survival kit. Oh, okay, the survival kit is busy doing that, and the assembler is busy doing that, so that's fine. They're working together, which is awesome. I forgot that we... Oh, gosh, how the hell did I forget that we just built the assembler? Really? Phantom? Like, what is going on with you? Okay, but it's fine. We're refining. We're refining some ore while we're busy crafting components, which is exactly what we want, because we want it all together as quick as possible. So we're almost done here, so let's just take out what we can, and we put it into the refinery. But with all the stone that we've put in there now, we should be alright. I say should, and then that happens. Okay, let's do that. Let's chop that all in there. Is it go? Nope. We need a little bit more stone. Like literally like 4 motors worth of stone. It's so sad. I'm trying to make it look not really as aesthetically neat and tidy. Where the heck is the respawn? Oh, here it is. Gosh, I don't want to be too aesthetic right now, but I also don't want to go and muck it up and make it look like a fool, because I mean that'll cause cuck. So let's just let that do its thing now, because this should be enough to complete the refinery. Right. We have our refinery up and running, guys. But what I would like to do is refinery. We're going. No, actually, you know what? I like that color. It's a nice refining color. And we are airtight. Let's just confirm we are airtight in here again. Let's just confirm it. And yes, we are. We're getting oxygen. We're airtight. Let's just replenish our energy. And then I want to show you guys a couple of tricks. So we need to conveyor it in, obviously. So the first... Oops. The first trick is we obviously need to build a cargo container. So, quickest way to do that is just chop this one below the hack line and rebuild up, and voila! By building a small cargo container, you have unlocked extra blocks, which means we can now get our conveyor junction. So, let's put the conveyor junction over there. Okay, we're going to get rid of this bad boy. Okay, then we're going to put in a conveyor junction here. We'll make it the same color. And wrong button again. Okay, we need a couple of things. Obviously, interior plates. We need another 6 interior plates, 10 construction components, and small steel tubes. So let's do that. Let's do that, and we'll come down here and we will say, please produce for us what we need. But in order to produce what we need, we are going to need more stone. But now we have a refinery, which means we're going to get more yield out of refining stone into ingots.
Inventory full.
Okay, so let's put this into the refinery almost straight away. You'll notice now, look at that, we immediately get more yield out of it, which is awesome, because it means now we can start getting our production line up and running a little bit quicker. And hopefully,
Inventory full.
where am I now? We want to go this way and then that way. Okay, was it able to produce everything that we needed? Is this thing not connect? How is this thing not connected to the assembler? I thought, oh, you know why? Because this thing's not connected yet. Lol, what a tool. Okay, let's take the iron, nickel, and the silicone out, and we'll put all of that in there. That should then start finishing producing this stuffs. Hey. I want all of it, thank you. Okay, now that we've got the conveyor junction in there, this bad boy is now going to be fully flexed out and ready to go, because he's now conveyed into the entire network of the ship. So let's first, before we look at putting cobalt in there,
Inventory
we're going to
full.
need some more iron. So let's first get some iron going. I would obviously love to, we would love to find an iron deposit. I mean, obviously finding an iron deposit would be much better. Self-explanatory as to why, because I mean, refining iron and all of the ingots from rock is cool. I mean, it does give you silicon, nickel, and iron, but it takes forever, and I mean, it doesn't yield much. So it is a start. Getting the productivity up, but the thing is as well, we have to look at a later stage at adding full refinery and things like that, because we're going to need to start adding weaponry and all sorts onto the ship, because as soon as we go out to the station, we want to have some form of protection while we get the station built, so the ship can provide some cover fire for the first couple of waves. Because I think, I stand corrected, and please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think the first wave is like 1 or 2 drones, and then 3 and 4 and so on and so forth. I think, please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. I don't want to say something wrong and, you know, put people off. But I think that's how it works. And that'll be fine because, I mean, you know, interior turrets should easily be able to deal with that. Hey, what's going on here? Stuck. I'm not stuck. Okay, we are getting some decent stuff, some decent iron and things like that now. Let's just pick up all this loose rock that we shot around just now.
Inventory full.
Okay. We are going to have to look at adding a battery as well. A third, well, I think we've got two, yeah, I think there's 2 batteries on the space pod when you start off. So we'll have to look at adding a 3rd or 4th battery, probably sooner rather than later, but that's something to look into. Look at that. We can actually make tier 1. Let's craft a tier 1 drill. Enhanced drill. Put that into the assembler, say deassemble. Okay. Then we need to go to character items and just pull that in. That's cool. It's gonna make this a lot quicker as well.
Inventory full.
The yield when you use a stronger hand drill is just amazing. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not the greatest either. We can pull this out there and throw this into the assembler. Actually, throw all of this into the assembler. And people are going to ask me why, and I'm going to say because when we assemble stuff, it's just there, ready to go. Let's do that, let's do that. There's no others lying around. No, then we do that, that, and that. Now we know pretty much how much iron, nickel, and silicon we've got. Let's just take a look at the seat. What do we... Okay, so... In order to get the drill... Oh, I've got the drill already. How did I get the drill? Okay, that's interesting. So what I was thinking is we put the drill in front here. So let's just take a look quickly and see. Am I able to... The drill? I am. Okay, so let's take the drill out. We do that. 100... Geez, 300 steel plates. Oh my gosh. That's going to be fun. So let's take this out. Okay, we put the drill in here to start with. Put it like so. Do that. Drop that one because now... At least we got majority of the steel plates already, which is pretty cool. Okay, now we put whatever we need into production. Energy is low. Maybe we can get the drill up and running this round as well, which would make for very much a lot better mining, especially if it comes to mining, you know, your other ores and things like that. You just have to take it one step at a time. Hopefully I can get the drill up and running this round. Well, hopefully I can get it up before I end this episode. If not, the drill will be up and running in the second episode, which is also perfectly fine. Gonna drop this stuff into the drill so long. We're getting there, slowly. I think let's just get some more rock. I think what I need to do is tell the survival kit now to stop producing ingots. Because I think with the survival kit producing ingots, it was splitting the stone between the refinery and the survival kit.
Inventory full.
Which is, I guess, a good thing in a manner of speaking. But I also don't want that. I want it all to be in the refinery because, like I said, the refinery gives you a bigger yield on
Inventory
ingots. So slowly but surely, hopefully we can get the drill up and running in this episode.
Inventory full.
But yeah, so guys, the plan is to essentially, before we go to the space base, is to have this thing pimped out, ready to take on, you know, as much as possible in the beginning. So I think we'll get the drill up and running, and then we will end the episode there.
Inventory full.
Once we obviously start refining some cobalt. It's so fun. I love this game, guys. If you don't have this game, I seriously suggest you invest in it. And some teasers of SE2 has just been amazing. I'm just saying.
Inventory full.
We'll throw you in there. Put some loose rocks lying around. I don't worry too much about the loose rocks now in the beginning because, I mean, it's literally just to get it going. Yeah, it's just literally just to get her going. Right. Drill is functional. Nice. Nice. So, this is why I said it's always a good thing to get the drill functional as quick as possible. We got tool blocks, we put you in there, because now what we can do is we can do this. Let's just make sure that... Oops, wrong button. Because now we can get the refinery working its backside off. Oops, we don't want to damage the drill any more than it is already. Still not even built up properly yet. We should have quite a bit of stone in here now. So our drill is full, basically. Our survival kit is full. And our small cargo container is full. So this should now assist in getting these things completed. And how are we looking for power? We got 13 hours remaining. So what I want to do, what I like doing, I always group what I can, batteries, and then what I do is I turn them off of the terminal because you don't really want to see them on the terminal too much. The corner lights we can put off, we don't need them. The interior lights, we can turn them off, we don't need them. Thrusters, we can go thrusters on, off. Okay, and what else? I think that's all that we need for now from there. Okay, then what we do is we go in here, we got our groups, that thrusters on, off, and we say batteries recharge on and off. So what we do now is, if you take a look, when we press 3, all of our thrusters turn off and we save power. If we press 4, the entire ship goes into recharge mode. I don't think we need any more stone, to be honest with you. We've got quite a rubbish load all over. What we do need to do though is we do need to find some ice. For the time being we'll be alright, but we do need to find an ice deposit somewhere, just to ensure that we don't run out of hydrogen, and that we're able to refill our hydrogen. I think the production is done, so we can just maybe finish off the drill so she doesn't get too damaged. We need 4 more steel plates. Alright, cool. So that's the start of something amazing. So we've added the assembler in, we've added the refinery, and we've added the drill. I don't know, maybe we get lucky. I know the cobalt is there, but maybe we get lucky. Let's take a look and see if we... Oh, you know what? We can actually do this. Let's just come around here. What we can do, I just saw easy access to the cobalt, which is also pretty cool. Let's just slow down a bit. Let's go up. We should be able to get in there without being knocked. How are we looking space-wise? We should be good. Okay, space-wise we're good. We should be able to get some cobalt. Let's just take a look if we've got enough space. Anyway, cobalt is in the drill. And we've still got rubbish load of stone in the cargo container, but we can fill the drill up a bit with some cobalt. Just enough. How much have we got? One. Okay, we've got cobalt going into the refinery now. Okay, awesome. That should be more than enough cobalt to get us started. And the reason, like I said, why we need cobalt is for large cargo containers and that we're going to need to obviously build at a later stage to get ourselves up and running. Yeah, I think this is a good start. Let's just take a look and see. Maybe we find iron on this rock as well. Whoa, that was close. Is that ice that I'm seeing in there? I don't think so. You know what? Let's jump out. Let's quickly see. Let's just take a flight around and see what else we can find on this asteroid. Maybe we get lucky and find ice or iron. You never know. Okay, this is a little bit more visible. But it doesn't look like we found anything else. It looks like it's just the cobalt on this one, which is perfectly fine. It is, like I said, pretty much, I would say, the best way to start. Oh, there's more cobalt. Okay. I would literally say that this is pretty much... Oh, that's the cobalt we've had. So where's the respawn part? Okay, cool. I would pretty much say that is a really good start, the fact that we found cobalt so quickly. And I think, to be honest with you, to have an iron ore deposit right now would be helpful. But I think with all the stone that we've got, so the refinery is busy with the cobalt right now, which is fine. And maybe we should tell the... You know what? Let's tell the... Someone tell the survival kit to produce ingots as well, because then it can take some of that stone that's now just sitting in the cargo container and it can start producing. Is it actually pulling stone out of the cargo container? Let's see. It should. I think it did now. Yeah, there we go. So the stone is starting to drop. The cobalt is obviously coming out of the drill into the cargo container as well. We're getting some nice yield now, guys. We are getting some nice yield. Alright, so I think for today we're going to leave it at that. So we've managed to now get up a assembler, a refinery, and a drill, all in the first round. I think Next round we'll have to start taking a look at a little bit more productivity. So let's just take a look at the progression bar. We're going to need to add in an assembler for sure, because we need the power, yield, and speed modules for the refinery, but that will also give us access to the weaponry. We're going to need to, you know what we could do? No, we won't do it now. We need to get a battery built because we need the piston. The reason why I want the piston is to put it in front of, behind the drill, so that we can push the drill out further. So that'll be quite helpful indeed. What else do we need? The window, the diagonal window might come in handy, so we do need to build an interior wall as well sometime or another. So we got the drill. We need to probably add an ore detector onto the ship somewhere as well to start off with. Look, we can just build the refinery straight away and it will give us access to the yield, power, and speed modules. But we'll look at getting those built up in the next episode. Landing gear could come in handy because that'll give us access to a couple of things. Then we'll obviously get a look at this. What I want to do is, we've got a flight seat at the moment, but what I want to do is add in a control seat. I don't know what you guys think. Like for me, the flight seat looks cool in here. Like, I like it, it looks cool, but if you take a look at the flight seat, so let's do this. I'll tell you why. So take a look here, right? So if we go seat, so if you take a look at the control seat, the control station, not the control station, the flight seat, it's very basic with the LED in front of it compared to the control seat. Now the control seat has got the desk in front of it. Basically, it just feels like you've got more control. I mean, you could always look at building the helm as well. Helms are also pretty cool, but that's more standing. So that's why I want to do the control seat. But I think for now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to call it here. I think this will be the end of episode 1, which is quite a good start, I'm not going to lie. Like I said, assembler, refinery, conveyor junction, drill, unlocking a couple of extras. So the next time around, we'll go through a couple of extra treats and little sticks to get other things up and running. But for now, that's a good start. I think as well, what we might look at doing is adding in a cargo container. I like the look of the industrial cargo container, but we'll take a look and see when we get there. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go take a seat in my chair after refilling my hydrogen, and we are going to say this is the end of episode 1 of Never Surrender with Phantom Gaming ZA. I thank you and I bid you adieu. Have a wonderful day further, ladies and gentlemen. Until further notice, see you then.